An electric signal from the brain and pineal gland causes the reproductive organs and pituitary gland to begin to function in harmony again. The heart begins to regulate the flow of blood away from its overemphasis in the reproductive organs. Here, Asar and Aset have reunited or realigned themselves, and Heru has begun to assume his role in government. When your lust fights the normal functioning of the body, there is conflict. You experience anxiety. Your heart then becomes heavy. Set has attacked, and Heru has been killed. Eventually, your heart resumes its normal rhythm. Heru has been resurrected. Heru reestablishes the proper regulation of blood throughout the body. The organs and structures receive their proper nourishment again. Set has been defeated. Asar and Aset also function through the moon. The moon is called Ya in the language of Kemet. Asar is connected with the new moon, which is black. Asar is often depicted as a perfectly black god. As a spirit operating through the new moon, Asar has the title Asar Ya. Aset is connected with the full moon. As the light of the moon begins from a crescent shape to expand day after day, it gradually covers the entire blackness of the new moon to become a full moon after nearly 15 days. Aset has just come over the perfectly black god Asar and become a pregnant or full moon with the light of the sun, Heru. Aset, as the full or pregnant moon, transmits that sunlight to earth. Heru is thus called Heru Ya or Hensu Ya. The light reaches earth and the people who were in darkness. The full moon is then reduced to a 3/4 moon. The black crescent shape begins to expand until the entire moon is dark after nearly 15 days. Set has removed the light, and the people of earth are in darkness again. Heru has been killed. In about 3 days, the silver light of the crescent appears from the face of the dark moon. Heru, or Hensu, has resurrected on the 3rd day. The crescent light expands into a full moon. The light reaches the people of earth. Set has been defeated. The people of earth are no longer in darkness. Asar, Aset, Heru, Set, Nepthet, and Tahuti also operate through the lives and events that take place within the clans of Afurakanu, Afurai Kaitnut. Asar, the great black king, is murdered by Set, who is often depicted as red. The Afurakanu, Afurai Kaitnut, the great black nations of earth, were destroyed by misguided desire, operating within a small portion of black people controlled by lust, and a large group of reddish or white foreigners from the deserts of Eurasia who were their followers. Set takes the body of Asar and throws it in the river, then proceeds to take control of the country. Here the white foreigners of Europe and Asia take the bodies of black people and throw them in the water. This is the beginning of the slave trade of millions of Afurakanu, Afurai Kaitnut, who are forced into ships and sent into the waters of the ocean. The white foreigners then take control of the black nations and create unlawful rules and regulations. Aset is forced out of her role as queen and goes to search for her husband. This is the remnant of black people who were forced out of their countries, yet survived the wars and escaped slavery. These Afurakanu, Afurai Kaitnut, would search for their sisters and brothers who were still in bondage. Aset finds the body of Asar, performs ritual, communicates with his spirit, and becomes pregnant. Afurakanu, Afurai Kaitnut, who had escaped slavery, would find their sisters and brothers on the plantations and seek to unite with them and build alliances with them to plan for freedom from the white slavers. The god Tahuti tells Aset that her son will grow up to defeat Set and that she must hide away in the swamps to raise Heru away from the seat of government. Afurakanu, Afurai Kaitnut, who escaped slavery, set up their own sovereign independent nations in the swamps and forests and mountains away from the plantations. We gave birth to children who would grow to become those who will defeat the rule of the white slavers. Set finds out about Heru's birth and has him killed. The white slavers plot against the Afurakani, Afurai Kaitnut males and females, creating drugs and diseases that we use to destroy ourselves and thus maintain white rule. The goddesses Aset and Nepthet find Heru murdered and lament his death. The mothers of Afurakani, Afurai-Kaitid males, as well as females, lament as they bury their children daily as a result of violence, drugs, and diseases created by the whites. The goddess Serket tells Aset to call on Ra. Ra sends Tahuti to cause the resurrection of Heru. We are reminded by our ancestresses and ancestors that our liberation is only possible through the invocation of the goddesses and gods. We begin to invoke Ra, Raet, and the spirits of the goddesses and gods, and the sons and daughters of Afurakanu, Afurai-Kaitnut, begin to wake up. Heru, with Heru Behudet, the son of Ra, defeats Set and re-establishes divine order in the world. The children of those who were captured and enslaved away from Afuraka, Afurai-Kait, are uniting with the children of those who were colonized in Afuraka, Afurai-Kait, and are defeating the whites and their offspring and their false religions and perverse culture for good. Aset, Nephet, and Heru resurrect Asar, and Asar joins Ra in heaven as a god in nature. The children of those Afurakanu, Afurai-Kaitnut, who were separated from Afuraka, Afurai-Kait, begin to evoke the spirits of the ancestresses and ancestors, who then come forth and openly exercise their jurisdiction over the lives of their children. Jesus never existed. Mary never existed. Yeshua ben Pandera never existed. Whites have no special connection to God, nor have they been visited by God's fictional only begotten Son. The names of the gods and goddesses that were corrupted by the whites and applied to their fictional characters are names of spiritual forces in creation that have always operated through the sun, moon, planets, stars, our physical bodies, and our spirits, and continue to operate through the families and clans of Afurakanu, Afurai-Kaitnut.